Good morning, mine exploring fans. Tom and Julie here. She's sitting right here.
Good morning.
Can you see her?
I'm here.
She's pretty dark. So we're in Nevada, up in the mountains here, a little more of a mountainy pine tree area than our usual desert locations. We're looking for mines again, of course. And it's a beautiful morning. They've had a lot of flooding rains in this area, not the same ones that got Death Valley, but just about a little more than a week ago. But they have run a grader up this road. I believe it's a county road, and they ran a grader up it, so that's pretty nice. So let's keep going up canyon and see what we find. A lot of yellow flowers out. Well, like I said, we had some big rains in this area. It's pretty washed out. What do you think? Should we knock that down a little bit?
Yeah, let's knock it down a bit. Hopefully that was the last of it.
Here we are at the mine that we've been looking for. There are a couple pretty big, what look like waste rock piles. And there are some cabins over this way. There's one up there. There's one right next to us. Let's go look at that. There are 3-4 cabins around here. There's a cap to something. What's it say? Other side. Looks like a
Snuff.
Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Here's a little cabin. 16 by maybe 20, and then it's got a little back part on it.
It's pretty nice.
Okay, let's go look at another one. This is the outside of it. Looks like that back part was added on later. Oh, here's a bunkhouse. Look at that. So there was a little mining community up here. There's another collapsed cabin there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unit bunkhouse here. It's part of a boot. That looked like the bathroom or a shower. Shower probably. Probably not much left of these units. This was kind of a central living area, it looked like. Hang out, they got the couch in there. All the comforts of home back in the day. Look at the cute little baby boot. Hold the top up. Look at that. Look at the bottom ones. How cute is that?
That's pretty cute.
That is cute. A little leather
Little
boot.
zipper.
Little Romeo. This looks like a garage or a little equipment storage. We'll take a quick peek. There's a rather large building. Don't exactly know what it was. Maybe an equipment shed too. There are a couple more little structures over this way. Smaller. Here's a parts rack. Looks like it says reamer, 1-inch plug, valve, 1-inch tees, nipples, pipes, blah blah blah. This floor has collapsed. I wonder if you can walk on it. I made it. Look at this interesting structure. I wonder what this was. It looks like there was something mounted up here with a lot of grease and oil on it, on that platform. I don't know if this was a shaft or was it, this is some other equipment mount, if this was in horizontal working. Here are definitely some equipment mounts. What's that?
Cool.
And there's a hole in the floor on it. This has a screen on it. Has a trough type sink, it looks like. This one's in kind of rough shape. I don't know what this little thing was. A little teeny window there with a shelf in front of it. This must have been a kitchen of some sort or a washroom or something. Who knows what these old miners did? This looks like it was a well hole. Several pipes coming out of there, and there's water down there. It's just behind these little cabins. This wooden structure looks like it might have been a pipe rack. It's probably about 12, 14 feet long. Wow, there's another building up here. This was a big operation at one time, apparently, judging from the buildings. This looks like it was at least partially for equipment. Oh, is that the adit? It's partially plugged if it is, but it looks open enough to get in. Let's take a hike over this way to our right first before we go up that way. That looks like a big water tank, pressure tank. Here's more shelving for parts and stuff. Still a few nuts and bolts laying around.
I don't know what that was for.
I don't know.
It's 1939 or
Oh yeah, May 26, 1939. Here's evidence of the rains. It's still muddy up here in some places. That looked like an old kiln, or maybe a forge. Maybe a forge. This might have been the blacksmith shop. It almost looks like a living quarter. Okay, let's walk over this way. Here's another tank. This is up above that first big building we looked in. That definitely housed some equipment with all those concrete mounts. Probably a compressor, generator, engine to run a hoist of some sort, maybe. No, there wasn't a shafter, was there? Here's a retort, it looks like. So this is probably a cinnabar mine, because that looks like it's a retort, which extracted the mercury through the process, kind of like a still almost, I think. And I'm not an expert on that stuff. Here was a big water tank. We're walking out onto the waste pile now, I believe. So there must have been some sort of mill back there in that biggest building. These tracks are coming out of it, and they lead to this pile down here, which looks like it's been ground up. I'm standing on top of the normal waste rock pile. It's a little windy, so you might get some wind noise. But this is a pretty big pile, and it goes over that way quite a ways. And we came from all the way back this way. So let's go back across the waste rock pile and see if that little bit of an adit is open. Alright, here comes Miss Julie. Sneaking in under the collapsed portal. It doesn't look great so far, but you never know. It obviously was a big mine at one time if it's not caved. There was some track here. Ouch. Whacked my head. Julie bonked hers 3 times yesterday. She got a sore neck today. 3 hard ones, I mean. There's some track in here. It's regular steel track, not strap rail. Either a lot of backfill or groundfall, one or the other. A little bit of both, I think. Watch out for stuff falling off the back, Julie. There's a little hole up here, I see. You see through there?
Yeah.
How's it look?
About the same as here.
Okay, that was a little tight, but we got through, or I did. Julie's coming now. You hate to touch anything in these old mines because you never know when something's about to go. Looks like it gets a little better in here, possibly, as far as the stability. Not quite so much groundfall. Oh yeah, we're in a little more stable rock now, unless there was a fire in here. I don't think so though. There she comes. No, I don't think so. I think it's just black material. It does have the look of being burned, but I don't think it has. Looks like a junction coming here. I see the pipes curving to the right and the track. And the track also goes straight ahead. I generally like to go straight first if we can to the end. So here's the right. We're going to save that for a minute. It looks like there's something going on back there. Barrel and maybe a head frame. Here's a big chute. So there must be some stoping up above. This mine is a little wetter than a lot of them that we see. Oh, there's a ladder too.
It's a no-go.
Yeah, that probably goes up into a stope. Coming up into some timbering. Looks a little beat up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is this another junction?
But this way I think is backfilled.
Yeah, that way is kind of covered up. The timbers here are kind of beat up, but let's see if I can sneak through here. We can get a look at that way too. That way might go through. It's not completely backfilled. There's a big timber up here just sitting there. I get the feeling this isn't going to go that far, but who knows? I've been wrong before. Look at the seam on this material from right here. Wow. This is a very soft bottom here. Sand. There's no dust because it's kind of moist in here. Which is good because if it's a mercury mine, you don't want to breathe a bunch of mercury dust. Now we're back into this gray-black material. That it?
That's it.
Okay, well here's the face of this little deal. Still some drill holes up there. Okay, here we're back to this first junction. This looks like a head frame or something here, doesn't it? What's going on?
You'll see.
Oh boy. Oh man. An incline. Here's a big classifier. Here's a big pressure tank. Look at that old riveted old thing. Here's some big chutes coming in from up above. Some little slightly more modern electrical wiring here. There's up into one of the stoves. So here's another smaller pressure tank riveted. And there's a wind shaft with a big roller here for the cable. And track going down. I can see a level, it looks like down there, not that far, maybe 75 feet. And there's another can here. Antifreeze. I think they used to use a lot of antifreeze in their drills to keep them from freezing up from the compressed air as it was running through them. And this was an Edwards coffee can. Don't know if I've heard of that before. Something goes over this way. Let's explore this level before we go down. There's another room going that way. A bunch of barrels and stuff in there. Track goes around the corner here a little bit. Oh, wait for Julie. It looks pretty nice. A lot of pipe here. You can see by how rusty the track is that it's pretty moist in here. Another junction. Yeah, let's follow this straight first here. This seems to be the main line where all the pipes are going. There's a medium-sized carbide can and another junction. Another carbide can. Let's go straight. Let's stay in the main line. Follow the pipes for now. Oh, something's going on up here. Looks like we've had a failure.
What a mess. Big stopes.
Yeah, some stopes. Well, it keeps going. Okay, that's not actual timbering that's holding anything up. That just came, that fell out of a shaft. Come Julie's here. Look at this. Tom Swift. Well, that's some nice printing, isn't it?
Yeah.
RCJBSWOB September 9/1/48. Oh, there's a muck sheet. Boy, look at this. Look at this square hanging wall here. And there's a muck sheet, so you know what that means. Yep, end of the drift. There it is. Okay, we're back to this intersection that we skipped on. This is taking a left. It would have been right on the way in. I gotta say it's nice with a little more moisture so it's not dusty. We're usually in such dry mines that's one of the big drawbacks is that they're dusty. The positives are that the artifacts are completely preserved.
Dangerous.
Yeah, there's part of a dynamite box. Cold in here too, isn't it? That looks like it stops right there. About 40 feet in. I suppose I could go take a look to make sure. Sometimes there's cool stuff at the back of these things too, you never know. Leave a dynamite box back here or something. Nope. That's the face. Kind of colorful though. Okay, we're back to the main line. Look at that old broom. Wow. You see brooms in mines quite a bit. I don't know if they were sweeping stuff off the track or who knows what. Oh, here's kind of a big room. 15 feet high or so. And that looks like the end, huh?
Yeah.
We've had a fire back in here. Maybe to drive out bats. There are? There's a bat hanging right there. I don't want to bother him. I don't see any of his pals.
Yeah, one right here.
Oh yeah, there's another one right there. Fast asleep. Let's leave him alone. Alright, back to the winds, I guess. So the carbide can has a little color on it. I turned it over. Union carbide. Do we not go this way? Okay, I guess we skipped this one too, so let's take this.
Look at all the drill bits.
Oh, look at the knockoff bits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 10 of them. 8. Oh, that one's still sharp. I bet they weren't used that much. Well, that one was. Wow, look at that. All of bits.
Just because of those. Your big lights don't on.
Just a short little side cut. Okay, here we are back to this wind shaft with the skip track and the pressure tanks and the coffee can and the chutes and the stopes. There is a ladder over here. It's covered up, not really a ladder, but just a step type of deal. I don't think we're gonna have any problem getting down there.
So is there a level there?
Yeah, it looks like a level there. So I came through that little hole past the shaft, and there's a big stope up here with a lot of ground fall. Very dangerous. Look at the size of this rock right in front of me. And these big slabs have all slabbed off. This timber's just hanging there. I'm hoping that everything that wants to slab has already done so. So here comes Julie. Go to your left there. Looks like it was a timber storage area. Right? Mm-hmm. Let's look over this way once. This way has track going over there. Or pipes anyway.
Well, this is all collapsed. There's a chute right
Okay, I got past that big ground fall area. Let's just see what this does. I guess Julie's coming. You want to go ahead?
Sure.
That's it, huh?
That's it.
Okay, well now you know. So this is where I've just come through now. This lumber is just piled here, it's not collapsed. It comes to a short ladder that goes down into a hole. And there's a plank coming out of the hole and a short drift, and I can see the end of it. It's probably 75 feet back there to the end of this drift. And unless it takes a sharp curve, I think it's just going to end like the rest of them have. Alright, let's get back out of here. Kind of slabby in here anyway.
A little unsettling.
Well, I think everything that was going to slab already did it. But yes, a little unsettling for sure. Okay, we're back to this main area here where the shaft is. And do you want me to go or you want to go?
You can go first.
Okay, I'll go first.
So it looks like this is where the winch was mounted. Here's the cable guide for the roller. Tom's going to make his way down.
It's always a little steeper than it looks on camera.
Yeah, on camera it looks like you're just going level. It's not that steep, but it is a little steep.
Okay, I made it down to a level here. It goes to the left as you're going down. To the right looks like something catastrophic happened. And Julie's making her way down. Here's a little bit of a load count on the poster. That looks like it was made with nail holes. And there's also a cable pole here with a stick taped onto it. This is to signal the hoist operator. And here comes Julie. Well, I'm not sure if this went lower at one time. I can see a ladder. We've hit water. And what we have here is a large electric pump, fairly large anyway, on a little truck. And the wheels are still there. And it's, either this was for dewatering this part, or maybe supplying water for the drills. Or maybe both. But anyway, we can't go any deeper than this because I don't have my scuba gear on. Although we both are certified divers. Here's a rock going in there. The waves always sound cool. Anyway, kind of cool to see the pump with the trucks on it still. And I'm standing right above it, so I'm going to get off of that. Because I don't want to go swimming. This way, like I said, something catastrophic has happened over here. I don't know exactly what. It looked like it did go that way at one time. Okay, let's go the other way here. This is a little wet too. Is that it?
Yeah.
Huh. I wonder if the other way was more extensive. Is that a scaling bar or is that a wood bar? Wood post. Yeah, look at the water coming out of a drill hole.
It's wood.
Is it? So that's probably a stemming rod.
Yeah.
You can stem one of these holes as long as you got it right there. Demonstrate right here. So you'd put your dynamite charges in there with the fuse in there, then you would take some clay or rocks, and
Look how far that one.
yeah, but you would take something to stem the hole, and you would pack it in like that, and then you'd put some more clay in there, and then you pack it in again, and then that would keep the charge from coming back out the drill hole and force it to crack the rock. Well, too bad that other way was caved and the lower part's flooded, although it looks like that's been flooded for some time because that big pump is there. There's a big valve. And did you see the cable pull here?
Oh yeah.
Alright, back up we go. I think we've covered this whole mine. We're just about up to the top. Too bad that one side of the drift was plugged. That must have been the more, the larger of the two sides. Anyway, that's about it for this old mine. Okay, well that's going to do it for us for today on this particular video. From Julie and myself, we thank you for watching, and we will see you on our next adventure.
See you next time.